hello, hello. Oh, princess. Daddy wants to say hi, princess. Thank you so much for following. I hope you enjoy your time here in the Skull Cult. Skull Cult. Whoa. Gonna take some sippies of water. You should too. Delicious. I hope you guys are having a good day, a good Sunday, a good weekend. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm cramping really bad, so I am being smothered by my heated blanket right now and entertained by Goose. Goose is such a polite little girl. Goose, would you like to say something to chat? Here, hold on, let me. Oh. Let me extend the mic down for her. Goose, say something. You got licked. I hope you appreciate that. Hello, nurse. Appreciate getting licked by Goose. You've been blessed, bestowed an honor. I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still just kind of all over the place, and I have a lot of doctor's appointments and this week, and they tend to make me also like stressed. So, you know, I'm feeling not nauseous, which is, I guess, better. I guess that's great. No, that is good. I've decided that it's good because I hate being nauseous. I hate being nauseous so much. It sucks so much. It's so doo-doo. Because it's like, I don't know if I'm nauseous because I haven't eaten, or I'm nauseous because I am like going to have a migraine, or I'm nauseous because I do have a migraine, or I'm nauseous because I'm about to start my period, or I'm nauseous because I am on my period. Like, there's just so many reasons for me to be nauseous that I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Hello, hi. Yeah, blood moon on top of everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you so much for following. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I hope you enjoy your time here in the Skull Cult. But outside of me complaining, today, guys, is a beautiful day. Today is gonna be great. Today is gonna be awesome. Thank you so much for following. Mwah, mwah. I hope you have a wonderful time here in the Skull Cult. Could be the baby is kicking, kind of nauseous. That's also true, which is scary. Okay, you know what's a funny thing with that is that, like, every time I'm like, oh, you know, I just feel really sick and nauseous, because I'm nauseous every morning. Every morning when I wake up, I am nauseous, right? And that is normally a telltale sign of, like, the baby kicking, right? Like, there's a baby. But the thing is, I'm on birth control. There ain't no baby. But, like, not everyone knows that, so at work, everyone, because, you know, the majority of nurses are, you know, the girlies. So all the nurses are like, oh my god, are you pregnant? Oh my god, are you pregnant? And I'm like, whoa, we're really excited about this. Like, they get, like, obscenely excited. And I'm like, no, I just get nauseous. I just get nauseous, guys. This is just a normal thing for me. Why are we so happy? I'm a little scared. Hello? You know, it's so weird. Nurses are so weird, guys. We're so weird. Don't make friends with nurses. We're weird. It's not just like we like really grotesque things, and, you know, we see a whole lot and we have a whole lot of stories. It's not just that. It's just that because we're exposed to so much pure bullshit that like our personalities and our mentalities just kind of like warp into this amalgamation of fucked. It's just fucked. But I like your weirdness. Well, if you like it, then I can't stop you. I can't stop you. My best friend is a nurse, though. We're just really all into the weirdness, aren't we? We're really all into it. Maybe that's what we need. We don't need normalcy. We don't want normalcy. We want weird. We want like obscene. We want a little bit of crazy. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we like. We like crazy girls. Crazy. She like stays in her own business. Good. I know some nurses that Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, there's definitely a spectrum. You know, not all nurses, not all men, not all nurses are the like pick me, like high school bully, blonde hair, blue eyed nurse from high school, right? We definitely have a variety, but I think there's a spectrum of like nurses that are there just to do their job. They're just here business only. You know, they like got the job because that's what they were supposed to do. That was expected of them. They're like 50 years old and stuff. Like, you know, they're the hard workers, the troopers, right? They're the troopers. And then you kind of go like in the middle area, and those are the chill ones. Those are like, you know, they can have fun. They know how to have fun, but they're really chill. They're really easygoing. And then you have like it's tiring to be around them. Holy shit, how did you get this job kind of nurse. My friend is at my house right now. It said blonde hair, blue eyes sounds familiar. Yeah, all like the stereotype of nurses is the blonde hair, blue eyes. Oh no, freaky obscene nurses, how terrible. Yeah. Got once pranked by nurses. We can have a really fucked sense of humor, so getting pranked by one is honestly kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you get pranked by a nurse, they either really like you as a patient, or they want to take some of their frustration out on you. It's either or. It's one or the other. But most of the time it's because we really like, listen, if nurses are like joking and having fun and being really chill with you, that's because they really like you. Like, I have the best time with patients that are like really sweet, they're respectful, like you don't have to ask questions, but if you ask questions and you're not like up in my ass demanding things out of me, if you're like, you know, just basic human decency, I like you as a patient. But when I have family members that come in demanding things out of me without a hi, hello, how are you, my name is, shut the fuck up, please, thank you. I'm wiping your brother's ass right now. How about we put this conversation that you've forced upon me on hold while I finish wiping his ass so I can have a decent conversation with you as you berate me. Thank you. Totally not saying this as if this didn't happen yesterday. This definitely did not happen yesterday. I am not, no. No, this didn't happen. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's crazy. was once at a hospital about 2 years ago. Oh no. And then one particular nurse was really friendly, and that's how I met best friend. Oh my god, that's so nice. I love that. There goes the sexy vibes. Hey baby girl, do you want a sexy nurse and a sexy nurse cosplay? Well, don't worry, I got you. I can do everything you want, like wiping your ass. I got my left knee sprained and got sent to the hospital. I was waiting for the doctor. The nurse appeared with like a 10 millimeter we have to extract some liquid from the knee. That's a big needle. Oh, that's a big needle. That's a big needle. Wowee. Good, you should be cringing. That means I'm working. It's working. Sounds like a very specific hypothetical. I mean, you know, it could be specific, but like I think in general, this is a very relatable, non-specific example that could happen to anyone. Really, it doesn't even have to be nurses. I mean, you guys can experience in any field. Thank you so much for subscribing. In any field, you know, the that exact scenario, you know? I love me a good aspiration, though. I forgot which one I saw. I didn't see it happen, but I saw the fluid from a knee aspiration once. It was infected, guys. Ooh, it's not supposed to be that color. But I saw a paracentesis once. Oh, that was really cool. I'll explain. So a paracentesis is when you go in, there's a needle that goes into the abdominal space to draw fluid out, to draw ascites, right? That's what we call a fluid in that area. And a lot of people, you know, you can have it for different reasons. I forgot why this fella had it, but his stomach was so distended, was so rounded, and it was hard from this fluid. As a student, I was able to go see his procedure, and just from this one pocket, because you take an ultrasound and you find like a pocket of fluid, this one pocket of fluid had 2 liters of fluid in it. 2 liters. That's a lot. That's a lot of goddamn fluid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a lot. It was super cool. It was a great process. The doctor was really chill too. I loved that doctor because he was like explaining everything. Sorry, I had like a yawn as I was talking. He was like explaining everything to me. He treated me with respect, because a lot of doctors don't like students and they're just kind of like, but he was really chill. He like, you know, got to like explain everything like in detail. Like he asked if I had any questions, like he answered my questions really nice. He was really chill. I really liked him. When a doctor I worked with was doing imaging of a patient's lungs or something, and there were 2 very large tumors. Ooh, yeah, that's no good. That actually reminds me, it wasn't tumors, but I had a patient the other day, had a chest tube, and they were gonna go get their chest tube removed, but they first got an x-ray just to see like how their lungs were looking. Tell me why in this x-ray there were no lungs. Like, bro didn't even have half a lobe. They were either like collapsed or compressed with fluid. I don't know what it was, but he was like, I'm really short of breath. Yeah, brother did not have any lungs. And the doctor was like, yeah, we could take out the chest tube. I'm sorry, you need to get like 3 more in him. Hello? Dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Thankfully, it wasn't my patient because I would have had a fucking panic attack having to deal with that. For some reason, I always get the patients in the morning. I do my little assessment. How are you? Going through everything head to toe. And I ask, do you have any chest pain or shortness of breath? And they go, yes. And I'm like, yes to what? Both. Oh, can you describe to me this chest pain? It feels like a really tight pressure, like something's sitting on me, and it's really hard to breathe. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go call the doctor really quick. I'm just gonna be right back. Dude, it always happens to me. The amount of EKGs I've done in my, just in orientation. Just orientation. Because I keep getting these fuck-ass patients that are like, yeah, I have really bad chest pain. Oh, okay. Great. It didn't help that one patient I had was really confused. And I mean, really, he would just be talking in circles. You needed someone to, get you out of the room talking in circles. But he was like, I think I'm having a stroke. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? He wasn't having a stroke. He was just saying things, but, it was just like, please don't say things like that. Please, you're gonna scare me. You're about to see a lot of people really fast, yeah. Especially if that EKG comes up abnormal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially because oh my god. Summertime's coming. I think it's July when all of the new fellows and residents come in. Fuck, dude. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Listen, I don't hate on students. I really don't hate on students. I don't. I was a student. I was a student not too long ago. And I like teaching people. I like helping people. That's why I'm a nurse. But fuck. Not the fucking residents, man. No shame to the residents, but y'all are way too stressed. And you guys aren't getting paid for working 7 days a week. You guys, I just feel bad for y'all. I just feel bad. No, honestly, I do. The amount of updates I can get with my stories. I'm packing heavy updates. I'm gonna get that karma. I don't even know how karma works. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't use Reddit a lot, so I don't really know the nature of the space, and I don't know how karma works. But apparently people pay for stickers, and then the stickers give you karma. I don't know. But oh fuck. Oh, my cramps. Two nightmares back to back? Back to back? Yikes. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick because I've been drinking a lot of water. Because, girls gotta stay hydrated. And then we're gonna go start with our Reddit stories, okay? I have a couple pulled up. We're gonna go from pretty tame until some, I don't know if we're gonna get some peak stories like last time because that was some juicy stuff. But I kind of have some tame ones, and they're gonna build up, and then we can also go find some more, okay? Yes, I love Am I the Asshole. I love Am I the Asshole. We can do some that are not Am I the Asshole, but we're starting off with that because I love it so much. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, I'll be right back, okay? This is piss break. Everyone go piss. Wrong one. There we go. Okay, and now I am back. I didn't realize that the Spotify you cannot hear when we're on break. I'm so sorry. Okay. Are we ready? Are you comfy? Are you cozy? You can listen to me while you're in bed trying to go to sleep, or maybe if you're working on some things, doing some chores. No matter what you're doing, I bet you can enjoy this. So, close your eyes and relax. Relax. And if you're not enjoying it, then I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I'm like finagling a charger really quick. I'll finagle that in a second. Okay. We ready? So the first one that I have is, am I the asshole for telling my wife, forget it, and going out by myself for my birthday instead of going to her fancy dinner reservation? I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to save because I normally like to chime in after reading the title. I'm going to save all of my thoughts until the end. Okay. Throw away. This has been an ongoing issue, and it came to a head yesterday. My wife is a planner. It is extremely hard for her to go with the flow. If we're going to go do something, she needs all the details. Edit, she does have OCD. I forgot to include that. That's why she's such a planner. A while ago, she asked what I wanted to do for my birthday. I have been burnt out from work, so I just told her I want to go to a chain restaurant around here on my day. Just a chill night out. I don't want to get dressed up or anything. She asked me where and what time. I told her I'll just pick a day off, what I'm feeling. Maybe I want to go to Olive Garden, maybe I want to get Chinese takeout. I expressed many times I don't want to plan anything and just go with the day. Really, I just wanted to go out and eat what I was feeling that day. This week, she had asked what time, and I told her when we both get home, so like 5 or 6, we can go out. She was frustrated I was giving her an answer about where to eat, and I told her multiple times what I'm feeling that day. She asked if we needed reservations, and I told her no, multiple times. We will be a walk-in on a Wednesday to a chain restaurant. She asked if I wanted anything fancy, and I told her no, I just want a simple night. Yesterday was the issue. I want an Olive Garden. Go home, get some breadsticks, and chill for the rest of the night. I get home around 5, and my wife is all dressed up. I asked why, and she said she made reservations for a fancy sushi place in the city. She said it was a surprise, and we needed to leave in about 20 minutes. Nothing has sounded so unappealing to me in my life. I told her I wanted to go to Olive Garden. We got into an argument about how she spent all this effort to get a reservation, and I told her I didn't want any of this. In the end, I left to go get Olive Garden by myself. We got into another argument after I came back. The birthday is for OP. It is OP's birthday. And OP wanted very simply just a simple little restaurant. Has stated that numerous times. Now, normally I'm very touchy when it comes to celebrating birthdays on your own, because I do that a lot. I celebrate my birthdays I used to do that a lot. Now it's kind of hard to. A lot of my friends kind of force me to not shut myself in and like be lonely, which is amazing. I love them for that. And now I can also celebrate with you guys too. But I used to celebrate birthdays a lot just by getting myself a little pie at Walmart. And I didn't like it. I didn't like celebrating my birthdays, and I never want anyone to celebrate their birthday alone. So, reading the title, I was like, there's really gotta be a good reason why. But I can understand OP. They've said it numerous times what they wanted. And I can understand, you can be sympathetic for the wife of having OCD, But how much should OP have to like bend over backwards to allow them, the wife, to, be free roaming and be like, oh, but it's my OCD, and not show any compassion or understanding for their husband, I like it. I feel like the wife really fucked up. The wife really kind of dropped the ball on this one. I personally don't think you're an asshole for this. You said what you wanted, but even then, it's your birthday. You get to choose how you celebrate it. That's to me like the biggest thing. You choose how you want to celebrate it. Yeah, they did kind of jump the gun. Yeah. So OP didn't have any like direct plans, but they had like an idea. They said, I want chain restaurant, something very spontaneous, something in the moment, whatever I'm feeling that day. And I think that's all the planning that you need, really. That is a plan in and on its own. It doesn't have to be. I can understand, because I'm a very like, oh, I need time, dates, places, and things, right? I'm that kind of person. Not that I'm saying I have OCD, but I can relate to that. But even then, if the plan is to be spontaneous, to, feel whatever, we're feeling, then that's fine. I think the wife needs to like chill. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see. Come and say, not the asshole, your wife didn't spend that effort on you. She spent it for herself. She knows that. She's just mad she didn't get her way. She's 1000% in the wrong. Which is, I think, a very fair point. Let's see. What else did they say? It does really feel like her plans were self-serving. She didn't even end up celebrating his birthday with him. I wonder if she went to the fancy sushi restaurant on her own, not the asshole. Someone says, my fiance sometimes has this problem. She does things for people she thinks they deserve, but not what they would actually want. For my birthday, she said she was inviting my family over for pizza. In what world would I ever want that? Fair enough. Fair enough. Very disrespectful on the wife's part, even with her OCD. Yes, exactly. I understand that this is like it's a compulsive disorder. Yes, it's very hard to control it, but you not even trying to is like the crime here. Someone says, if she needs to make a big celebration if she needs to make a celebration a big deal to show love, then she still needs to make it a big deal in the direction the person wants. E.g., if you want to be chill and watch TV, she can go big and order your favorite snacks and a comfortable blanket and research a good movie. But doing something different, cause it's what people commonly want, that's not expressing love for you specifically. Anyway, she seems aware of the issue, so that's probably redundant. Yeah, I also agree with that as well. Like, if she wants to have, and I feel like that's just like, I don't want to say common sense, because clearly she doesn't get it. Where it's like, if you're gonna celebrate someone's birthday, don't celebrate it how you would like to celebrate their birthday. Celebrate it how they want to celebrate it. If they're a very big, like, outgoing person, then, like, staying home and playing video games with them is not what they want. Just because you would like to do that, because that's how you would like to celebrate their birthday, doesn't mean that's what they want. nor that's how they're going to celebrate it because it's their birthday. Crazy stuff. First one's very tame, very simple, very tame, not the asshole, you know? This one's a little longer. I'm gonna watch two things: K-pop Demon Hunters auto-tuned to miss the rage, and great picks. Okay. This one's also a bit of a wordy title. Am I the asshole for not immediately saying, "Are you okay?" when my partner called me in the middle of the night about an emergency that had already happened? They didn't state that it was an important milestone, so I'm guessing not. Which, this is crazy. It's something that already happened. That makes me really curious. That's why I picked it, because I'm like, what do you mean it already happened? That's why I picked it. Okay. Last night, my partner called me in the middle of the night saying she was having an emergency. I answered right away. She then told me about something that had already happened. A homeless person had approached her at the airport, said some off-putting weird things that freaked her out. She may have been threatened, I'm not entirely sure, but there was no physical harm and it wasn't an ongoing threat at the time she called. Airport police were called. They asked if she wanted to press charges, and she said no. I listened to the whole story and I told her, "I'm sorry you had to go through that. That's horrible." I validated that it sounded scary. I also offered practical support if she wanted to press charges or even change jobs because of the stress. I backed her 100%. I tried to show I cared and was concerned about her safety and well-being. Instead of feeling supported, she got really upset and said calling me made her feel worse because I didn't immediately say, "Are you okay?" in the way that she wanted. She told me that some people who have treated her badly in the past would have asked that, and that I make everything worse. I feel hurt and confused. I genuinely cared. I answered the call in the middle of the night, listened and validated her fear, and offered her real support for something that had already happened. But because I didn't use the precise emotional script she expected first, my response got labeled as making things worse. Am I the asshole for not saying the exact words right away, or is it reasonable to expect that my genuine concern, listening, and practical offers of support would be received as caring? Any judgment or perspective is appreciated. There is an edit, so we're gonna first chew this down before we get through the edit. What the fuck? This is giving you cheated me on me in my dream, and so now you're an awful boyfriend kind of an attitude, you know? That's what this is giving. It's giving you weren't fast enough to open the door for me when I was trying to like get to the car. So you don't love me, obviously. Like, what? I think she has things to work on. I think she has some cuz she mentioned like, oh, partners that treated her badly would have asked that. It's like, I think you got some trauma in your previous relationships that is like, you know, managing expectations for this really current relationship. But also it's like, why are you comparing it to those awful partners? If they were bad people, if they were bad partners, then why are you like, oh, this awful person did it correctly? It's like, what? I don't think so. If they were a bad person, I don't think they would have done it correctly. It, like, I like what they did. I like how they like they're like, hey, like they said like, yeah, that sounds scary, do you want to do something about it? Like, just asking, like, are you okay is like a natural, normal response that most people will give, right? That's like most people will think of, like, that's like the first thing. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. That's the first thing that you kind of say in the moment, right? Just out of nowhere, you kind of almost blurt it out, essentially. But this person was very, like, thoughtful, very collected, very like, hey, let's take action. And I like that. I I well, no, it's okay. Yeah, never compare your current partner to an ex. That's I hate that. I hate it when people do that. There's like this one TikTok where some guy is like, "Oh, my ex would have hated that. She's like, she eats healthy." Well, it's like a girl like doing like a cheese pull. It's like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Who asked? Who asked? Don't care. Like, why are you thinking about your ex right now? When you're with me, when I'm your current partner, why are you thinking about your ex? Hello? No. Red flag. Red flag. Oh my god. Okay, edit. I'm not sure if I was clear that she called while I was sleeping. That's why I said middle of the night. Don't know if that changes anything for anyone. I also just realized I need to mention she works at the airport. Her job requires her to go around the parking garages and supervise the shuttle drivers and things, so she's subject to this happening again. We just got on the phone together. She apologized for her part and I apologized for mine. Her part being her comparing me to other people. Okay. She said she appreciates my effort to fix it and she knows what I was trying to do, and basically I told her next time I'd focus on her emotions first, and we were both validating each other, and it's a happy ending. The homeless man was picked up by the airport police and has been criminally trespassed from the airport. There's also video footage of what happened, which I've seen. For privacy reasons and my inability to edit footage, I won't be sharing. Thank you all for holding me accountable. I can be an asshole in the comments. I'm just trying to figure out how to love better, and the more I'm called out for my mistakes, the better off I'll be. So even the comments, assholes, thank you. Not the people that genuinely called me an asshole and explained why without being one back. Fair, fair, fair. Yeah, if you're comparing me with your ex, go live with your ex. Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. I like how they were able to kind of come together and like apologize, and that's good. I like that. This is a really cute story. I'm curious as to what people, because they kind of like, because they called out the comments. Let's see. I'm gonna go, not the asshole. You really tried to support there, and she's right that you didn't actually check in on how she's handling and feeling it. I agree with her that it is an important part as well to supporting someone, but you're absolutely not an asshole for not realizing that in the moment. I do want to clarify that this isn't you not using the exact script that she wants. It's you being focused on validation and practical support without checking on her current emotional state. That's a valid piece missing to this conversation the two of you had. Okay. Our needs are different. OP, mental health is important for everyone. I know in our society it's a huge trend of toxic masculinity that tells men to suppress and not talk about their feelings, but that's absolutely not healthy, and that's something that's worth breaking down. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and asking are you okay addresses both, not the asshole. So okay, it seems like people are like, hey, you did kind of fuck up because this is the reason why, but like you're still not the asshole. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I'm glad it was a happy ending. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Okay. We have another birthday one for a third story. Are you ready? Am I the asshole for not being very impressed with my birthday present from my husband? Just gonna say that I know I said I wouldn't say anything, but like, you should be grateful. But we'll see. Maybe something will tell me otherwise. Hi. Okay, I, 41 female, have been with my husband, 47 male, for 16 years. He's never been particularly romantic or plans any dates for us. Even when it comes to my birthday, he typically just asks me on my birthday, what do you want to do for your birthday? I feel deflated when my own husband is asking me to pretty much make my own birthday plans. I just always tell him that I don't have anything planned. I always have made an effort to be thoughtful and plan nice outings at random, doing things I know he enjoys, even if it's not something I particularly enjoy. And I've always especially made it a point to make him feel special on his birthday. The most recent birthday of his, I took him to see a comedian he loves that I don't really know much about. For his big 40, I planned a cruise to a place he says he's always wanted to go, even though I get seasick and I have a fear of the ocean. A week ago, we were scrambling to get things done because I had been pulling 80-hour work weeks. Ooh. I also make sure to meal prep so he has a decent breakfast for when I work these long hours. In the mix of me doing chores, he says he needs to order a car part and asked if I had anything from Amazon I needed to order. I checked my list and sent him a link to a cheese grater. I needed this to prep breakfast faster, and my phone charger recently broke, so I needed a new one. He confirmed he got the links and said he would add those to his order. Well, today is my birthday. A package showed up for me and he told me to open it. My heart raced. I couldn't believe he actually got me something. Guys, it was the cheese grater and my phone charger that I asked him to order. He said, "Happy birthday." I tried to kindly tell him that it doesn't make sense to give me those things as a birthday gift, since these items would have showed up regardless of it being my birthday. He basically said that he wished he never ordered it then and said he was going to bed. I teared up, thinking how simple it is to please me. I would have been over the moon if he had bought me my favorite candy, or just a small extra mile of picking up some grocery store flowers. Something. It doesn't take much to make that small effort to be thoughtful, but the simplified version of what he was, quote, "I am going to the store to pick up myself something, need anything," and that was my gift. Am I the asshole? Oh my God. To anyone out there, it doesn't even have to be a man, literally anyone and everyone, don't fucking do this. Don't you dare fucking do this. If you do, I will find you and I will hunt you down. Oh my fucking God. This husband is... I am disgusted by his behavior. His neglectful behavior. Because what do you mean, happy birthday? That wasn't a birthday present. And what confuses me is I don't understand how you think that's a birthday present. How can you think that's a birthday present? That's not special for their birthday. It's not something that they would like for their birthday. It's literally something that they just needed. And to be fair, the cheese grater is for your breakfast, sir. Is because she's making your breakfast. And that's like it's like when husbands give wives like cooking supplies and cleaning supplies for Christmas. Like, what the, you seriously don't know your wife at all to get her a proper gift? That's not what a gift is. No. Fuck off. Yeah, no, like, listen, you can be a bad gifter. I think I'm a bad gifter. Now, whether I am or not, I don't know. I think I'm a bad gifter. But it's fine to be a bad gifter, and it's another to be completely negligent and ignorant. At least fucking try, brother. Holy shit. And you know, some of these guys, they find it so fucking funny. They find it so fucking funny when they're like, ah ha 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 ha, I got you, I got you. Like, what's the joke? Why do you think this is funny? You're so sad. You're so pathetic. Treating your wife like shit, that's funny to you? You're supposed to love each other. No, absolutely. It is disrespectful to such an extreme level. Thank you, Void, for following. You have become our 666th follower. Mwah. A wonderful 666. Thank you so much. A special, special number. Oh my god, dude. This breaks my heart for the wife. I'm so sorry. You deserve so much better. I don't know how you've tolerated this for this long. No, no, ma'am. The comments better fucking agree, though. Let's see what the comments say. Not the asshole girl. Why are you married to someone who dislikes you? Why are you working 80 hours a week and prepping his brekkie like he's a toddler? What are we doing with our life? Grow a spine. Okay, well, first of all, growing a spine sounds mean, but, like, I understand, though. Yeah, no. Working 80 hours a week and then still, like, doing everything around the house is fucking crazy. Oh my god. I don't think he dislikes her at all. I think he just takes her for granted, and given that she's taught him that behaving this way gets him treated like a king, why would he do anything different? If he's a crappy husband, of course, obviously, but he's the same person he's always been, the person she married. She says that herself. He's under the impression that this person she loves. He has no reason to change because she never actually told him that his selfish behavior makes her unhappy. If anything, she's the one who dislikes him. She married him knowing who he was like this, and now she's upset that he hasn't spontaneously become a different person. Also, thank you for following. Very interesting conversations in the replies. Opie should do what I did. One Christmas I ordered my own presents, wrapped them, put them under a tree. I did the bare minimum for everyone else. The looks on my family eyes when I had the load of presents I was opening was unreal, and they kept asking where all they came from, and I kept saying Santa. Nice. That's funny. There are some people saying that's like, oh, someone said here, like, it took me a while to realize that there is a subset of women who, in the 50s, quote, my husband is so awful to me, but that's what life is. But that's life. So, wait, but that's what life is. So me and my fellow housewives just like to blow off steam complaining about it, unquote. Reality, and are shocked that modern women point out their spouses don't actually like them. At this point, I say to them to stay married or to keep them out of the dating pool. She deserves better, but if this is the kind of man she wants to be married to, please keep these men off the market so no one else wants them. I think the thought process of, like, she's at fault for marrying him, it's kind of like, I don't know. She does say that, like, oh, you know, he's kind of always been like this. But I think her thought process was like, oh, you know, he will become romantic because he sees the effort that I put into these holidays and the effort that I put in to his birthdays. So he'll take the hint and he'll start doing the same for me. I think that's her thought process. Not really like, oh, I like to have a neglectful husband. Oh, I like to have a husband who disrespects me, and therefore, you know, I thrive on being able to complain about this because it makes me feel good, and I can go to Facebook and chat about it with my girlies. You know, I don't think that's what's happening here. You know? Women in the 50s are getting drugged up to deal with all that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not remotely surprised that Reddit is going out of their way to make something like this the woman's fault. I'm not surprised either. I'm not surprised either. Not my ceiling, god damn it. Not my ceiling. Oh. But I like to hear the TTS say, Unga the good boy. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Reddit is trying to put it on the woman. I feel so bad for her. Jesus. Yeah, they won't call her an asshole, but they're running cover for this guy. Like, goddamn. You would love that, you brat. I'm not a fucking brat. I'm not. Fuck off. Anyways, to focus on the stories that are happening. Yeah, not the asshole in my opinion. Because those aren't birthday presents. That's the grocery run. Nope. The next one's a short one. But the title was so interesting that I had to pick it, okay? The title is Am I the Asshole? Friend constantly pooping in my bathroom. I have a friend who comes over to my apartment at least once a week and within 15 minutes of arriving asks to use my bathroom without fail. He usually spends 15 to 20 minutes in there, goes through about half a roll of toilet paper. After about a year of this going on, I told him I was sick of it and he's not allowed to poop in my bathroom anymore. I buy Charmin and it's quite expensive. He was pretty upset. Am I in the wrong? I live in the US and he just immigrated from Ireland, if that means anything. Oh yes, the Irish turds. he's shitting out spuds. By the title, I was like, what do you mean am I the asshole? Your friend's taking a dookie. What do you mean? No, but half a roll of toilet paper. He's the type of guy that like only poops once a week, and he's like, well, to save myself on money, while I'm in the United States, to save myself some money, I'm gonna my once a week shits, I'm just gonna take it at someone else's place, so I don't have to, you know. But half a roll of toilet paper, dude, that's insane. Oh my god, I can't even. Why are what I can't even imagine what you're like, what's going on for you to use that much toilet paper, because you should be wiping when you're done, and if you're not done, don't wipe, right? Because like if you just keep wiping mid shit, then you're just wasting I don't know, maybe he's like pocketing it or something. I have no idea. Maybe he's got like IBS or something, but like holy crap, literally half a roll is a lot. And like the 15 to 20 minutes, that's either giving like IBS or like I'm scrolling through memes, you know? Maybe he's jorking it too at the same time. I don't know, but he's doing something, because there's no way a dookie needs to take that long. That's actually a really good question. Is he clogging the toilet? I think that if he was, he would have mentioned it, because like after half a year he mentioned he like brought it up. So I think if he was clogging the toilet, then the OP would have mentioned it. Are you not able to jork it in 20 minutes? I'm sorry. Are we saying that 20 minutes is too short of a time to jork it? That's true. He is saving a lot of money off of toilet paper. That is true. So like the plan is there. The vision is visioning, but not for OP, man. Not for OP. I'm someone who likes to save. That's not the point. God damn it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Hi. You know what? Thank you so much for the raid. I actually had your stream pulled up. I was watching your stream before I started going live. Miori, thank you so much. Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you. I hope you guys had a wonderful stream. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I hope you had fun. We're currently going through some am I the asshole stories right now, because I love the drama, I love the tea, and I hope you do too. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, my name is Venus. I am a changeling skull maiden who does a whole lot of ASMR, but also plays games here and there. I'm not a very good gamer, but you know, I do game. I try my best. They haven't seen me for 2 weeks and I had to remind them I was still alive. Well, I'm glad that you're still alive. Oh my goodness. I love it. I'm like, good. I'm so glad. I have a juicy one. We were just talking about a really silly one that I found. About some guy, you know, saving like a fortune on toilet paper. It's a really silly one, but I have another one, and it's a long one too, so you came in just in time. Her corpse is nice and fresh. Yes, that's true. That's so true. Fresh. Okay, this is a would I be the asshole, okay? So this hasn't happened yet, and this was posted 7 hours ago. So this is still pretty fresh, guys. This is still pretty fresh, okay? Are we ready? Would I be the asshole for not attending my friend's birthday party due to their behavior? Okay. So once a month, I host a gaming session for my friends. This is mostly a gaming session for my friends and I to hang out at my place, play some games, catch up, but I will also fire up the barbecue. The party is going well. One of my friends' birthdays is coming up, and I know they really like gin. So for their birthday, I've gone out and bought the gin that won the 2025 Best Contemporary Gin Award as a birthday present, along with a 6-pack of craft beers. Very nice. During the late afternoon, the party is winding down. Everybody leaves except for 2 friends who have decided they want to continue drinking. Since I'm providing the booze, they proceed to polish off an entire slab plus some of the spirits over the course of the next 3 hours. I had prior engagements online, so these 2 had mostly been drinking by themselves in the lounge room, while I had come to check on them occasionally. However, once the booze runs out, one of my friends decides to call it a night and leave amicably. The problem is the birthday boy. We used to live together. He's a close friend, but his behavior that night has me seriously reconsidering everything. I hear noises from the kitchen. I come to find out that he has started glad wrapping up in plastic, the leftover barbecue meats. Now, he hasn't offered to pay for it, hasn't asked to take them. He just started to rummage around in my fridge to help himself with the assumption that he gets to take it home with him for free. Once I caught him at it, he looked guilty and started putting it all back when I gave him a look, but I had prior engagements, so I had to get back to my thing. When it came time for him to finally leave, I found that he had basically made himself a little baggie, including a completely unopened 200-gram brie cheese wheel left over from the party, along with some snacks and drinks. When I questioned him, his response was, I was lactose intolerant and he was doing me a favor by taking it. I am pissed off about this. He felt like he had the right to go rummaging through my fridge and help himself to whatever he wanted. I feel like he stole from me, like he abused my hospitality, and while at the time I just wanted him gone, I had wished I called him on it. The thing is that the next day he messaged me and offered to pay for the items, blamed he was drunk, which may or may not be true. I told him that I needed space and that he was very coherent in his behavior. This wasn't a mistake. He felt that he had the right to just raid my fridge, go through my things, and take my stuff, and that most of all, I needed space because I was very pissed off about this. Here's where I may be in the wrong. He has since invited me to his birthday dinner, as in invited me to the dinner after the barbecue fiasco, after I told him I needed space. And I honestly don't want to go, but he has apologized. He has paid for the things that he took, so we should be square, right? Would I be the asshole if I didn't go to his birthday party? First of all, holy shit, you need to use some more periods, because the amount of commas that you have in a paragraph has me sick. Yeah, go to the party and take the cake. Take the entire fucking cake. What do you mean you just casually have like a cheese wheel just lying around? I need CPR stat. Please bring me back. Do I have Yes, I do. I do have a similar story to this. Yes. You're so right. I used to have a friend who would rummage through my shit. But the thing is, they weren't drunk. They did not drink. They would just go through my shit and start eating my stuff, expecting me to feed them. Yes, you're so right. I completely forgot about that. Oh my god. No, honestly, asking permission is not that hard. Asking me like, hey man, I'm really hungry, like, can I get some extra food? Or like, hey, is it okay if I take this home with me? No. Some people need to be raised a little better. They clearly I was gonna say they clearly weren't beat as a child, but that's not the way that you should be doing things. We shouldn't be hitting our children. What? That is, you are even in the instance that like you are blasted drunk and you're like completely out of it, you're blackout, I can understand that. But you were the one being irresponsible by drinking that much. Like, you're the one who put yourself in that situation. If you know you can go blackout, or if you know you can only drink so much because, you know, you only have a certain tolerance, then don't drink that much. Why are we drinking so much to get to this point? I came from a culture that spanks, and I don't entirely agree, but some people, yes, same. I come from it. I come from that background. I myself was beat as a child. And while I don't necessarily agree with it, I think some people do need to get smacked. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Holy shit. Okay, regarding like the going to the birthday thing, I honestly think the invite to the birthday dinner was simply a like, hey, we're like, look, I'm so sorry, like I want to be back in your graces, I want to be back in your good graces, so just like come to my birthday please. Even though they said they needed space, I think the like offer isn't bad, but because they said like, hey, I need space, you're kind of once again stepping all over them, being like, hey, I'm not listening to you, I'm ignoring you, I took your food, I took your stuff, and now I'm gonna take this like a little bit of power that you had. The little bit of power that they had was putting space in between them, and now you're putting them in a situation to make them feel bad if they don't go. Like, I think this person, either this person doesn't understand that their actions have consequences, and like inviting OP to the birthday party puts them in a bad spot, or they're purposely doing this, that this is the intention to put them in an awkward scenario to make them feel bad, so that they almost feel obligated to come because they've technically done everything to right the wrong, you know? Yeah, I think saying no isn't a bad thing. You know, like you can always give the gift another time. You don't have to give the gift by any means. But you you can say no. And I think depending on how they react, if they're really manipulative about it, if they're really guilt trippy about it, like you can see if there are more red flags. But if they're like, yeah, I understand, you wanted space, and like, I just wanted to offer just to offer, then like, then they're a good person. But if you need your space, you need your space, because if you go to this birthday party, you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to just be like rummaging in your mind through everything and just like resenting them. I personally don't think OP should go. I think they should definitely take that space. They should put their foot down about it. And I think Mr. I'm gonna take your cheese wheel needs some discipline. Absolutely. Boundaries are very important for any relationship, really. Good morning, good morning. I'm curious to see what the comments say about this. First comment says, nah, he was wrong, he admitted it, he made amends. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing, but only when people are genuinely sorry. Now you do the right thing and show how good you are. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm not sure what this person means, but like, okay. Someone says, you're the asshole, he was drunk, he called as soon as he was sober, apologized and covered costs. What more do you want? They apologized, made amends. If you like this person as a friend, give them time to forgive and move on. Someone says, not the asshole, would rub me the wrong way too. It's a cultural thing for sure. But for me, I'm not raiding anyone's fridge, nor am I going to be happy if someone does it for me. Him looking guilty when he got caught, but still doing it after you left, is sneaky. He was clearly sober enough to know it was wrong. I don't blame you for feeling apprehensive. Another person says, you're the asshole. He said he didn't remember doing it, just woke up with all this stuff. He immediately called you, apologized, and offered to pay you back. Seriously, what more could you have asked for in this situation? Another one says, not the asshole. I think there was a boundary crossed with you that you need to process with for some time for yourself. That's completely fine. But should you really communicate that with him, or you'll lose that friendship? You can forgive him on your own terms. a lot of people are kind of going back and forth on this. Either it's you're the asshole because he's drunk, or you're not the asshole because he was sober enough. I think we're splitting hairs on whether or not his sobriety, if if he had like the mental fortitude to understand if he knew what was wrong. He knew what was wrong. He did apologize for it, but that doesn't like negate the fact that this is still a bad thing to do. You should not be drinking, because the thing is, he was going through this person's entire stock of liquor too. Like, I think people are also forgetting the fact that, like, he didn't contribute to the liquor. He didn't buy it. He didn't offer to, like, be like, hey, I know I drank a lot of your booze and I got really drunk off of it. Let me compensate for it. No, they come to this person's place and drink their supply. You drink another person's supply, clearing it. You cleared their slab of alcohol. You drank that much. That is on you. You made that decision to drink that much. It is on you. It is on you. I think people are forgetting that fact. Oh, hi, Choosy baby. Hi, Choosy baby. I think she wants uppies. Hold on. I think she wants uppies. Choosy, you want uppies? Hold on. I need to put the microphone down. Okay, baby. Choosy. She likes it. She'll like go on the arm of my chair and ask for uppies. Let me see. No, I think he did offer. Let me see. Next day he messaged me and offered to pay for the items. He did pay for the things that he took. He did pay for it. But I think it's like, even if you did pay for it, that doesn't negate the fact that, like, you paid for the stuff you took, not for the alcohol that you drank. Listen, I would kind of be pissed off if, like, I'm constantly hosting this, and this very much might be a cultural thing, to where I think it definitely is a cultural thing. My expectations for, like, hosting, being a host, and then going to someone who's hosting, you always bring something when you're going to someone else's, whether it be like food, drinks, whatever it may be, even just like supplies like paper towels, napkins, plates, things like that. You always clean up after yourself. You offer to clean, even if they say no, you definitely don't have to, you're a guest, you still clean after everyone. If I'm a host, I kind of expect the same thing, where, like, I am providing food and drinks, but I also expect for people to chip in too, because it is a big cost to constantly be providing it. I am offering you a place to be at. I am offering you the stuff that I have in my fridge. I'm going out and buying food. I'm doing so much to be a host. The least you can do is be respectful, to clean up after yourself, it would be nice for you to also bring things too, so that it doesn't only fall on me to cover the cost of everything, because that's kind of ridiculous in my opinion, especially if you have like one person in a friend group who just has a really nice place to go to, so they're gonna be the de facto host, and you never bring anything. It just seems like you're taking advantage of their space, of their time, of their money. So, like, no. Mm. And I kind of like went through this previously when I was like telling my story of the friend who did it, but no, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And like the thing is, it's not that hard to ask. To just be like, hey man, like I know you're hosting this thing, like, you know, we're gonna be meeting together like on Saturday. Is there anything you want me to bring? Offer. Be like, hey, is there anything you need me to get from the grocery store for, like, you know, if you know that they're cooking? Or like, hey, is it okay if we drink? I can bring some alcohol for everyone. You know, like, offer her. Be a gentle soul. It's not that hard. Because if that's the case, I think a big thing for some people is how much of an olive branch the person is doing for the OP. This is definitely a conflict of personality types. No, great story for Reddit, for sure. And I think it's not only personality types, but like how you're raised. Hence why we kind of brought up the needs a beating. Just the difference in background is dramatic. Yeah, be a bro and help out. God. Here, you can hear me eat some food. It's not very loud. Never mind. I think they're not the asshole. But that's just me. It wasn't on his birthday. It was just like a regular hangout that they did. It wasn't on his birthday. Okay. Now this one's a big one. I'm gonna eat another. I have sushi. I bought sushi, like grocery store sushi. Nothing fancy. But it's really good. The friend is the birthday boy. Like, going to be the birthday boy in the future. The friend who got drunk and, like, raided his cheese wheel. He's the birthday boy. Okay. I'm taking a sip of water. Are we ready? This one's a big one. And it has a tag of, like, it's already been determined. But we're not gonna listen. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Because we're gonna go through it, okay? So, title. Would I be the asshole for telling my client I used to date her husband? Throwaway account. I, 28 female, work at a hair salon and have a client, 29 female. She first started coming here in November and has been my new regular. The first time she came in, she said it was funny that me and her daughter have the same exact name, especially since it's an older, uncommon name. I thought it was nice. She told me she had a husband, 29 male, which I didn't really care about, to be honest. A few months later, she made an appointment and told me a bit about her husband. She told me that her husband's name was John, fake name, and that they met about 6 years ago at work and ended up getting married about 3.5 years ago. We ended up talking some more, and she revealed that he went to XY University, which was the same university that I went to before I dropped out. As she kept talking, I realized that John was insanely similar to my ex-boyfriend. However, I thought it was just a coincidence since I still live in the area and went to the university too. John is a common name and people can have similar interests. Fast forward to last week, she made another appointment, and this time she showed me her vacation photos that had John in it. I instantly recognized him, but didn't say anything and just did her hair. Honestly, I don't know what to think, but I'm a little weirded out. We ended on extremely bad terms, so it was a little weird to find out that his daughter had the same name as me, his ex-girlfriend. While I don't see anything wrong with having my ex's wife as a client, I feel a little odd about the whole situation. I don't want to tell her and act as if I'm the crazy ex-girlfriend who tried to ruin their relationship, but I feel like she should know. If I were in her shoes, I would want to know. I'm not sure what to do. Should I stay quiet and let it be, or tell her? She's genuinely kind and a sweet person, and I don't want her to get hurt over nothing. Would I be the asshole if I tell her? And then there's some additional, she says additional info because people were asking, so we're going to go through this. 1, we were pretty serious, about 3 years together and planning to get an apartment. We had a dog that he took. 2, we ended after we got in a fight in his car. He threw me out of his car in the middle of the night, like 5 blocks from where I lived. 3, not abusive, just an alcoholic. Don't know if he still is. 4, don't know exactly how they chose their daughter's name. 5, she found me through my Instagram account for work. My other socials are private. Yikes. Alcohol? Hell yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, no, that's what kind of weirds me out is there's definitely the situation, the scenario where it's like, oh, I just really like the name. I think it's a pretty name and I would like to have that for my daughter. But it's also weird because it's like, it's your ex. It's your ex. And the fact that, like, with the wife, right? How the wife framed it, too, I think is really important because she said it was funny that we have the same name. So it's kind of like, the situation is like, oh my god, you have the same name as my daughter. Isn't that so cute? That's like a silly little coincidence, since the name isn't very common. So the husband definitely didn't tell the wife, like, hey, I really liked this name for XYZ reason, or hey, by the way, this was like the name of my ex. Husband didn't say anything. Husband probably proposed the name, and the wife was like, oh yeah, that's a really pretty name. So the wife doesn't know. I think the only scenario where the OP should tell the wife is if during the time they dated, if that was during the time the wife and the husband were together, like if it overlapped, essentially, if the husband was cheating on like both of them with each other, I think that's the only scenario where you tell her, because otherwise there's no point in bringing it up, being like, oh yeah, by the way, like I dated your husband like 15 years ago, being like, why are you bringing that up? There's no point. Like, only reason, because they said they were together for 6 years, married for 3. So within that 6 year period, if OP was dating the husband, then yes, absolutely tell the wife, being like, hey, I just need, I want to tell you, like, I know him, I used to date him, I was dating him 2 some odd years ago. I didn't know that he was married. I'm really sorry. Like, like, you, that's when you be a girl's girl. That's when you back up your girl and you tell her. But if you guys were dating, broke up, and then he got with her, then what's the point? What's the point of telling her? And especially because, like, oh, I want to, like, warn her. But, like, warn her about what? I don't see it. I don't see it. That's true. It's weird no matter what. No, that's true. This isn't me blaming the woman, but I'm gonna put the tinfoil hat. What if the wife specifically found her to look into her husband's ex? Oh, thank you so much for following. I hope you have a wonderful time here in the Skull Cult. Because she says you found her through her work socials. Interesting. So you think it's possibly like, I know you're the ex, and I want to, like, get to know you. I found you through socials, and now, like, interesting. I mean, it's possible. But yeah, that's also true. She could just ask. That's also, like, because it's been so long. Because she said she started coming here since November, so it's been a couple months. I feel like at that point, the wife should just be asking, like, hey, by the way, like, did you know my husband? You have the same name as my daughter, and I just found it, like, a weird coincidence. I feel like doing, like, this, like, long con is, like, weird. I can tell you now. Oh, hold on, there's also another update, sorry. Update. After seeing everyone's comments, I won't tell her, but I'm dropping her as a client. It's probably unnecessary to tell her, but at the same time, I don't want her to feel hurt / weirded out. The truth came out in reveal. I was hiding it while taking her money. Yeah, I find it unnecessary. By the way, the tag is that she is the asshole if she were to do this. So someone was like, I'm crazy, but what if somebody knows? Another person goes, I think so too. Each appointment she gives more info than showing the photos she knows. She probably found out he had an ex-girlfriend with the same name, found OP, and is curious. I don't know. I talk to my hairstylist and I give her more and more information about myself each visit. I don't think that's... I think we're putting on our tinfoil hats like that. A lot of people are, like, agreeing with this, like, oh yes, she definitely knows. Okay, what lol, like, funny, like, fully booked a service to scope out an ex? I've had dozens of girlfriends and known hundreds more, and have never heard of one doing this ever. I'm not a man, lol, and yeah, y'all are way too comfortable admitting that you and yours are actively stalking someone, lol. Mama, if you're going to commit a crime, please do not confess it online. But yes, obviously, I believe this does happen, but I don't think it's common enough to say many. And when it does happen, it's not good. What are you talking about? All this is to say, let's not normalize this team, and let's not let people suggest women are just constantly out here doing stuff like this if they're not. It contributes to the stereotypes and biases that people already incorrectly accuse women of. Someone then goes, yes, or at least pretend to be interested in the service to do it. What? I think these Redditors are kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Couldn't imagine how awkward it would be if you brought up the name and just happened that the wife had chosen it for completely unrelated. That's also true. It'd be like, yeah, by the way, I dated your husband, so he knows me, and like, I think he named your daughter after me. And then she's like, actually, it was the middle name of my great grandmother that I was like owing the name to because she was a really big influential part of my life. Excuse me? Who are you? That's true. Point to a Redditor who isn't crazy. That's a good point. That's a really, really good point. I did not consider. Someone goes, something is off, keep quiet, keep professional, and wait to see what develops. If he is controlling her, he will push her further and further to get a reaction, which will alarm her over his good behavior. If she's doing this as a test, don't fall for tricks. One way or another, it will come to a head, and they will push until you react. Keep cool if asked directly, and just say, this might be the same guy, but it was a long time ago. Or it is entirely innocent, so keep out of it, but listen to any comments that sound like he's a problem and support her as anyone else. Guys. Guys, why are we... Okay. I don't even know why I bother with the comments. I should just stick with the main meat and potatoes. My ex of like 3 years, yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Where else can we go for stories? I wanna try to find a new subreddit to go to stories for. Where should we go? I don't really know Reddit is the thing. Ooh, Choosy beggars. We'll look at Choosy beggars and then we'll look at malicious compliance because I do like me some malicious compliance. Hold on, I think I'm gonna like show you guys some of this stuff because most of these are like pictures, like screenshots. But the point of it is for me to read it. It's okay. I'll show you. Let me... Nope. Nope. Oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong one. Here, I can put it there. There we go. Okay. So this one says, my dad just discovered Facebook Marketplace and was honestly worried that people were going to eat him alive just because he's the nicest guy on earth. He just sent me this. He thinks he's doing fine. I want a free TV. I can come by next Tuesday at 11. Sorry, I need a gun by today. Someone's coming at 5. That's literally so rude. I already told you my kids were getting a TV. Can you tell the other person no and hold it until Tuesday? I'll give you a 5-star review. I'll hold a spot for you. This is giving like fake text message. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because Are you sure this is Facebook Marketplace? This looks like regular, like, Apple messages. It's giving fake messaging. Okay, pay me to... Wait, please pay me to be my live-in servant. What? Low-cost accommodation at $50 per week, furnished room. I have a Chatswood, North Shore, Auckland, conveniently located 15 minutes by bus to the city. Close to beautiful bushwalks, beaches, within walking distance of 2 supermarkets, cafes, and public transport. Offering a low-cost accommodation of $50 per week. So times that by 4, that's $200 per month to cover household expenses. Power, water, Wi-Fi, cleaning supplies in exchange for cooking vegetarian meals for my son and me, helping keep the house clean and tidy, walking, playing with the dogs, looking for someone who's clean and respectful and loves dogs. We have 2 small ones. So you have to pay to live there, but you're also paying to do chores. No. Why would anyone pay to do that? Hello? Are you up for Am I the Asshole but with our submission? I would love that. Yes! Yes! Give it to me. Give it to me. I will judge you. I will judge you if you are the asshole or not. I wonder why she has no friends. Is this like multiple messages? Oh, it is! Okay, let me see. Okay. I'm looking for female friends who make no less than $80,000 yearly, have no kids or have adult children, like to shop, and are in their late 30s to early 50s. I'm so sorry for sneezing. Have a passport and love to travel. Married women, studs, or overly godly, judgy women do not... I'm sorry. Married women can't apply, so they have to be single. They can't be studs, okay? Overly godly, judgy women. Okay. I just noticed that I don't have friends since my divorce. Let's go get pedicures and brunch. I wish I could clone myself because I'm the perfect best friend. Ew. Ew. You're disgusting. If anyone says that they are the perfect person, their perfect friend, get out of here. You just want to be friends with yourself. I work from home and I don't get out much. I'm always pretty down to catch a flight and to shop for pretty shoes. Okay, bud. Thank you for the plus shoes. You want friends, but they can't be married. They have to make a certain amount of money, can't have kids. No wonder why you don't have friends. You sound like a horrible person to be around. No, honestly. No offense, but this sounds so shady. How do any of us know you're not just some gold-digging hyena? Wrong app, bro. You can't be serious. That's how they're getting their victims now? Dude, this is the most narcissistic, judgmental post I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if it's... Okay. I won't be any more rude than that, but I could seriously go on all day with this one. Wow, good luck in your business adventuring of finding a friend. After reading Thing, I have the taste of puke in my mouth. Toot toot your own glorious. Probably gave all words. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, no, you don't have friends for a reason, girly. Ooh, what's this? My coworker asked if I could give her a ride to work just for a while. It's been 4 months. Back in January, she asked me to drop her off since her car was in the shop. She lives on the opposite side of town, so it adds like 35 to 40 minutes to my commute each way. I said sure, figured it'd be 2 weeks max. Her car has been fixed since February. She mentioned it casually over lunch like it was nothing. Still texts me every morning, you leaving soon, and got annoyed last week when I left 5 minutes early without warning her. Never offered gas money once. Yesterday she asked if I could also start picking her up from the gym on Thursdays because it's kinda on your way home. it's not kinda on my way home. It's 20 minutes in the wrong direction. She sits 10 feet from me in the office, and I genuinely don't know how to get out of this. Just say no? Like, listen, I'm not a confrontational person by any means, but no, this is way too long. I would not have let this gone on for 4 months. I could do, yeah, sure, I can, like, give you that one. You asked me, not for just a while. No. I could be like, yeah, I can drive you home today, but I'm not driving you home every day. I'm not picking you up and driving you home. I'm not doing it for 4 months, by no means. If you're not offering me gas money, it's gonna be the one time. Otherwise, you can start giving me gas money. And then if you give me gas money, I could be like, okay, I can do it until your car is fixed. But now your car is fixed, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. No. No. You need to grow. This person actually needs to grow a spine. Holy shit. That's bad. You really, no. Go ahead and fill it up first. What is this? Someone saw that I needed a car and donated one to me. I do have to say that while it's extremely kind, I'm very appreciative that they didn't even think about filling it up or giving me a gas card. When I went to the gas station, luckily I had enough cash on hand to get me 2 days worth of gas. Just wish they would have thought about that. What the fuck? Dude, you already got a whole ass car. Now this is a choosing beggar. This is a choosing beggar right here. Getting a whole ass car for free. Dude, I wish I could get a car for free. God damn. Dude, nah, miss me with that. Let's see, let's do one more. Looking for a rich, athletic, intellectual woman to financially take care of me, to increase my social status and create lineage. Must have B positive blood, no HIV, and acceptance of me as the head of the family. Okay, hold on. I am seeking a strategically advantageous marriage with a loving woman. My goal is to establish a lineage and to build a dynasty under the sign of the Golden Serpent. About me. Height 186 centimeters. Highly intelligent. Former model. I have strong analytical thinking and strategic planning skills. I have been involved in investments, participated in local planning for a political campaign, and have experience handling legal matters in court, and worked as a photojournalist for a political news outlet. I play chess, enjoy analyzing philosophical concepts, and am interested in the culture of the monarchist eras and want to read The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Beyond the intellectual sphere, I am interested in the fashion and the history of menswear, designer furniture, and collecting books with the art reproductions, occasionally listen to the classical music, and have a small collection of porcelain, and have grown indoor roses in the past. I like stray cats. Nationality? Russian. Financial situation? I am not financially established. Therefore, I am deliberately considering a union with a financially well-off woman, preferably a business owner who is capable of providing financial support within the framework of marriage. Approach to marriage. I view marriage as a tool for increasing social status and long-term consolidation of resources and legacy. From the woman's side, acceptance of me as head of the family is fundamental. On my side, I am able to take responsibility not only for myself, support in difficult situations, and explore the world together. I take life seriously, but I can also be romantic when appropriate. I am ready for life together and want to have children in the near future. I am friendly and open in communication. In the future, I plan to officially register a family of coat of arms. Health and lifestyle. Blood type B positive. tested for HIV and other conditions, occasional training and interest in extreme tourism, no alcohol, no smoking or drugs, healthy, athletic, nutrition preferred, night owl type, with a tendency for intellectual focus later in the evening. Language, English. My English is currently limited, but I plan to improve it. All of the above is also applies for the context of sperm donation. I would be glad to get acquainted. Okay, bud. Yeah, no. Asking for a sugar mama is one thing. Asking for whatever the fuck this is like something else. Holy shit. Okay, malicious compliance. Malicious. There we go. Okay, let's go to hot. Ooh, I love following school policy. Hell yeah. Okay, fine, I will. For context, I worked as a school agency in Asia that contracted teachers to local schools. So a weird one, I worked for an agency that placed me in a school, so I was paid by the agency, but had to follow school procedure and policy. This would mention in the contract signed by the agency. The agency was pretty scummy and looked for ways to not pay you. The agency had the policy of if you didn't work, you didn't get paid. So if you were sick, no pay. I would get paid for Christmas and Easter holidays, but not summer as the contract was 11 months. A colleague put in his 1 month notice over December and was told that he wouldn't be paid for the holiday period of 12 days. Now, I resigned on the 10th of March, and my last day was to be on the 10th of April. Holidays were from the 1st to the 12th, so in theory, I was owed 10 days' pay. However, based on my ex-colleague's experience, I wasn't expecting to be paid for my April days. Sure enough, the agency expected me to work during my school holidays. It was their way to justify paying out my notice for April. They told me to come into the school and do the tasks like sharpen pencils, move desks, empty out trash cans over the holiday period. The school made me hand in my badge on the last day of the term of March 30th, and I had to use my badge to access the school as the school was closed and locked with no admin staff around. Didn't tell the agency about this issue, and that I would work as normal, as in I would work according to the schedule. I ended up getting paid over the school holidays because I followed school policy. The school sent a confirmation email to confirm my pay rate per day and days worked. I'm so confused what just happened. What was the policy that you followed? Am I stupid? I don't understand what just happened. What was the policy that you followed? I don't know. Listen, I read the damn thing and I have no idea what happened. We're just gonna skip that one. I don't know. Using asbestos to my advantage? What? Whoa! 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 Why are we using asbestos? Oh my god. Okay. Let's see how this one goes. Because this is such a big one, I think this is going to be our last one for today. Okay, are you ready? Okay. I work in restoration for a nationwide insurance builder. I've been at the company for 5 years, which due to a high turnover rate is the longest anyone in my division. My boss's son, who I train and still asks for my advice, got promoted to supervisor. I didn't care much because I like him, and the boss has always said I'm the best restoration technician at the company, and big things would happen for me. In my 5 years at the company, I've handled multi-million-dollar jobs, spent almost a year working interstate on major disasters, and am seen by the other site-based employees as leader and the most knowledgeable in regards to our industry. I've even had near perfect scores on my qualification exams, have received awards through the company acknowledging my efforts and commitment. And I know I sound like a wanker here, but I am the best in the company has to offer, and the division has tripled in size since I've been here. I also do the vast majority of overtime and on-call emergency works. Every year in my annual review, I have suggested we implement some new roles as all site staff, with the exception of my boss's son, to have the job title of technician. Sorry. To have the job title of technician, no hierarchy whatsoever. So I suggested we need a team leader or senior technician or supervisor who could be across all projects to prevent mistakes and have consistency in how much we handle everything. I also suggested that we have an estimator to provide the quotes on each job, as there's too much variation in all techs doing their own quotes. Every year when I've brought this up, I've been told that that is the plan as the business grows, and I am on top of the list for the promotion. Cut to mid-2025, 2 new management positions are created in the office, and 2 of our office staff are promoted. Then, without any kind of announcement or application process, the next most experienced technician is promoted above me to the newly created supervisor estimator role. This guy is an absolute fuckwit who constantly gets away with work and doesn't comply with industry standards and instructs newer staff to forget the standards and do what he says. Then inevitably fucks it up, and we get complaints from insurance companies or clients, blames the newer technicians and says he's never told them to do it that way. This guy is wetting framework with chemicals before moisture checks so he can install drying equipment and bill for it. He'll order us to install industrial fans in mold affected areas, which will just blow spores around and contaminate the entire building. Additionally, our division absorbed another restoration division within the company, so we have 3 new technicians that get to be senior or leading technicians and get paid $10,000 more than I do. I am pissed. This is what happens when you're a good worker. I'm not surprised. The company then holds applications publicly for a restoration supervisor who will bounce out the estimator because they know he's a shitty cunt. I applied, was told that the position was not going ahead, and they immediately hire someone. I complained to HR about this, and they set up a meeting with the boss, who basically told me to get a haircut, and I look too young and immature to have a higher position. I'm 32, and I'm too valuable in my current role. So with all that context, sorry, I know it's a lot, let's get into the malicious compliance. Now, being forced to take orders from a guy who ignores the industry standards, I've been asking for his instructions in writing on every job because I'm just a technician, I don't know better, and then including those instructions in my reports. I have created a paper trail of this guy ignoring standards and defrauding the insurance companies. Next, our company has a zero contact with asbestos policy, and if any material can potentially contain asbestos, it is found within the work area, we must immediately stop work, shut the site down, install signage, and request testing and removal. Yes, technically in Australia, you can remove up to 3 square meters without a ticket, but company policy is company policy. Asbestos in Australia is handled very similarly to mold, so I've already had the required PPE and asbestos-grade bags to deal with it, and used to just sort it out myself with a tiny piece of cement sheeting a floor or wall cavity. But for almost the past year, anytime I have uncovered even the tiniest piece of cement sheeting or old glue, I have shut down the site, delayed jobs for weeks, and at a time, the cost company thousands. I even do it for old shiny paint because it could contain lead, right? If I'm removing a floor, I'll send a message to the supervisor estimator asking if I must rake out all the soil from under the flooring and really just go digging for anything I can take a photo of and justify shutting the site down. Then put it back on him like you said I had to. When I know if I were in writing, he would just hide it. You'd be amazed at how often I can do this. I could throw a dart at a map and a house I would hit would have some sort of suspicious material somewhere on the property. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I stopped doing overtime unless I actually need the money. At this point, I'm going through the motions for the next 2 years until I can get my long service leave. Then I'm just going to look for another job. Nothing has really come out of my malicious compliance yet. I'll update if it does, but for now I'm playing the slow game. If one of these guys above me quits or get fired, maybe they'll offer me the job. No, they won't. But at this point, they can get fucked if I get fired, so be it. Update. The fallout started. After 6 months, they finally noticed the quality of my work has dropped. My boss is freaking out over a job I did poorly. The insurance company is pissed because it's not up to the expected standard, and my boss reckoned I just cost him $50,000. No floor protection. The contaminants are falling down, and there are holes where you've removed the floor. This isn't like you. Is everything okay with you? You're one of my best guys. Is this the sort of thing I expect from a junior? I just wanted to rant about how I'm the same rank as a junior and wasn't worth promoting when I was the best tech here. I wanted to tell him, you said I wasn't mature enough and needed to act my age. I heard acting your wage, but I didn't do that. I'm saving that for my annual review next month. Instead, all I said was, yeah, I know I could do better, because I can. I just don't want to work that hard if it doesn't get me anywhere. Now we've got half our staff heading back there to clean it all up. Holy shit. Can I tell you are cool? This live is going. Thank you so much. And oh my god, thank you so much for following. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy your time here in the Skull Cult. Jesus Christ. Well, listen. Anyone who's like a hard worker and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the promotion. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. No, you're not. Yeah, no, this post is 90% I'm glazing myself for like how good of a job I can do. Yes, I do good job. Yes, I'm so good at my job. It's giving like Death Note, like, oh, I'm so smart. I can do this and this and this and this. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I mean, listen, I feel for the guy. It sucks. But at the same time, like, acting all like Death Note here is crazy to me. I hope it works out for him though. I really don't have much because most of this is really just like glazing himself. So I don't know. He definitely needs to leave. I don't know why he should just leave. He really should. Your name sounds familiar. Do you know me from somewhere else? I don't know how else it could be familiar. I am the one, the only Morning Venus. The one and the only. Look up the first few lines of Modern Major General. What is that? Okay, hold on, let me look it up. Modern Major General. No, it honestly kind of does. It honestly kind of does, you're right. I have? There's no way you know me from GWA. There's no fucking way you know me from GWA. I barely interact there. the most I do is be like, hey, I love this script. Here's the audio I did with it. Holy shit, that's crazy. GWA is Gone Wild Audio. Holy shit. That's crazy. The world is a handkerchief. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. The Venus deep cut. Oh my god. It's gonna keep me up at night. I can't be tracked on the internet. This is crazy. No, that's insane. Like, by all means. Knowing from GWA that's not far off. I remember listening to a certain VA of a certain content once in 2020. Fast forward to 2023, I see this one VTuber at that school and I'm like, huh, familiar sounding name, and then it clicked. Oh my god. The world is so small. It's so small. I love that. Well, I'm glad you guys found me. Okay, I think that's where we're gonna end. We're gonna end stream with glazers. With being glazed. Oh my god, I'm being recommended my own stream. Yo, no way. Yo, no way. That's crazy. I'm glad I found you too. Like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. But I hope you guys enjoyed it today. A little bit of Am I the Asshole, a little more of some other Reddit communities. Certainly a wonderful time. I was very comfy, very cozy. And thank you all to the raiders for the raid, for all the new follows. I hope you guys come back here again soon. I hope I can see you all again. While I cooked for lunch, that's good. I hope it was a very yummy lunch. I will see you somewhere. Haha. But good night, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good night. Take care, okay? I will see you all soon. I'm working overtime this week, so I'm gonna have a little bit less, a little less time to stream this week. But I'm, overtime. Yippee! Maybe I can financially recover from paying my taxes. Hopefully, crossing my fingers. But I will see you guys this weekend, okay? Good night. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye.